Revelation 6 is the sixth chapter of the New Testament's book of Revelation. It is the Apostle John's apocalyptic view of the end times. It is believed by various biblical scholars that the book of Revelation was written at the end of the 1st century in the year 95 AD. The word revelation is English for the Greek and Latin words apocalypse and apocalypsis, meaning to disclose or reveal. The modern meaning of the word apocalypse relates to the complete and final destruction of the world, or events involving destruction or damage on an awesome or catastrophic scale. From his vantage point at the end of the 1st century, John tries to describe in a metaphorical way his vision concerning future events which bring to an end a certain way of life. Using pictorial analogies based around the zodiac, he describes a sequence of events which begin the process of his revelation. John describes the opening of various seals by a lamb. The lamb in astrology represents Aries, from the spring equinox on March the 21st to the next sign Taurus on the 21st of April.
I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals. Then I heard one of the 4 living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest.
Here the Lamb opens the first seal, where a white horse is seen with a rider upon its back. Horses in the ancient world were used to describe movement from either one place to another or a passage of time. In this case, the white horse represents the time period between the spring equinox to the summer solstice, a point on the zodiac where the sun is at its brightest. Not only does the zodiac represent a year with 4 seasons, it also represents one day, with the sun rising at 6 a.m. at the start of Aries to become its brightest at noon at the top of the chart. The rider of this white horse wears a crown and carries a bow. The word crown comes from the Latin corona. The bow represents martial-like activity relating to Mars, the ruling planet of Aries. It appears that this period within the first seal lasts for approximately 3 months. Although the coronavirus began in November 2019, the pace of its escalating infection rate changed dramatically around the spring equinox. On January the 12th, 2020, it was an important time astrologically, with the rare conjunction of Pluto and Saturn. This conjunction set in motion a great deal of transforming energy, focusing on systems of governance, employment rate, and financial organizations. However, the 10-degree orb of this conjunction between Saturn and Pluto began on November the 8th, 2019, when Saturn moved within 5 degrees of Pluto, triggering the beginning of this major alignment. This conjunction continued within the 10-degree orb up until the spring equinox, after which the planets had moved far enough apart to no longer be considered as a conjunction. On May the 11th, Saturn will go retrograde, which means it will appear to move backwards in the heavens in relation to the Earth. This will also begin Saturn's journey back towards Pluto, culminating in another conjunction from July the 21st till November the 29th. Is it the case that when we see this second conjunction of Saturn and Pluto, it will trigger the revealing of the second and maybe third seals within John's apocalyptic vision? However, as it is the Lamb who opens each seal, it may be necessary to see a return to Aries before each consecutive seal is revealed, meaning they may not all take place within the same year.
When the Lamb opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, "Come." Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make people kill each other. To him was given a large sword.
This vision, with the appearance of the red horse, suggests that people will begin to kill one another.
When the Lamb opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a black horse. Its rider was holding a pair of scales in his hand. Then I heard what sounded like a voice among the four living creatures, saying, 2 pounds of wheat for a day's wages, and 6 pounds of barley for a day's wages, and do not damage the oil and the wine.
This vision with the black horse suggests that food supplies dwindle to a critical level.
When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth.
This vision with the pale horse suggests 1/4 of the Earth's population will perish.